Hey, what's up everybody? Rob Arnold here, back as promised after a recent video where I unboxed and showed off my new 2020 ESP LTD M1000 HT and said I was going to compare it to my older 2002 M1000. Now, what are the differences? We'll find out. Really, just on the surface of it, I gotta say that the new M1000 HT is a cleaner, sleeker, more efficient, more modern and just stealthier version. It's more lightweight, kind of faster, just like a new car would be, you know? The newer version is typically more efficient, maybe a little more luxurious, but that doesn't mean that the older M1000 couldn't hold its own because it's still an incredible instrument. Couple major differences right off the bat. The HT hardtail means it has that hip shot fixed bridge where the older M1000 has the Floyd Rose. And now after spending some time with it, even though I love the hip shot, I gotta say I wish that there was maybe a Floyd option because I'm a Floyd guy at heart and it's cool, but I do love having a fixed bridge for a lot of reasons I've already mentioned, you know, just easy to tune up, all that. But the big difference that all you guys were most interested in was the difference in pickups. The new M1000 HT comes with these Fishman Fluence Modern pickups, and I've been playing EMGs, which came in the old M1000, the 81s, forever, and everybody wanted to know what's the difference like, and so I said I would talk about that in this video, and that's exactly what we're gonna do. We're gonna put it through the paces and see if we can hear the differences. So the first thing that I wanted to do is kind of just really compare them, you know, kind of scientifically, because, you know, the best thing when you're comparing two things is to eliminate variables. And while these are two totally similar guitars, they look the same manufacturer, the same model, all that. I kind of wanted to see like if they were made the same, what they were made of and all that. So I went online and tried to find the product catalog description for the M1000, the 2002. I have all the information for the new M1000 HT. We'll take a look at that. And I wanted to see the product catalog for the older one and just make some comparisons. Unfortunately, I don't think it exists anymore. And that seems to be a thing that I've found where everybody's saying the same thing. It's weird when you just Google, you know, the product catalogs for ESP, it shows that there's missing years from 2001 to 2004, and nobody seems to have these. So I went into my box in the storage room and I pulled out all my old real ESP catalogs. I've got them all for years, but wouldn't you know, I'm missing the 2002 catalog. I don't know if they didn't exist or what, so I wanted to get as close as possible. I couldn't go earlier than that because I found a 2000 catalog and M1000s didn't exist then. I couldn't find a 2001 catalog. I couldn't find an 03 and 04. The closest I got was a 2005 and it looks pretty similar. Let's take a look at it here. So here we are looking at the online PDF version of the 2005 ESP anniversary catalog. That's incredible, 30 years. I remember this year well. We all got some cool 30th anniversary work shirts. Still got mine somewhere. There's Papa Het, man. You know, he's been around for the whole thing. Look at that. That's a sick inlay right there. So let's cruise through here. Definitely some awesome stuff, man. Hold on, did I skip? No, okay. Yeah. Cruising through. Standards. I like that camo in that standard series there. They don't do the standard series anymore. Remember when Mustaine was an ESP guy? Pretty cool. Carpenter, Lynch, Penniman, rest in peace, man. Max, the El Nino guys, they were in early in the game. So, okay, here we go, getting into some stuff. Viper stuff. Vipers, yeah, so probably gonna have a DeVries. See DeVries here soon. Oh, there's the M's, and look at that, your boy, right there. That might be the one sitting behind me right now. I'm not sure. Had a few of them, but this is just the M. This isn't the deluxes, no 1000s. Did I miss that? H series. Here's the deluxe. Oh, okay, right here. Sorry, M1000. Neck through body, yep, 25. Maple body. So that's where we hit a snag because the newer one has an alder body. This is a maple body, maple neck, and a rosewood fingerboard. So everything else is the same, you know, obviously the MG81s, but that maple body. Now let's cruise over to the new M1000 HT. Man, is this thing sweet. So looking at the specs here, they're all pretty similar, except we've got that alder body, the poplar top rather than the maple top, and an ebony fretboard. So, is it gonna make a huge difference that it's a maple body versus an alder body? You guys will ultimately be the judge. Well, I'll be the judge as well. We'll see. Not really sure. So anyways, now that we got that stuff out of the way, a couple more differences I wanted to eliminate. The HT is obviously a brand new guitar that came from the factory, so it was stringed up, fresh strings, fresh battery, all that. And so I figure, let's get the old M1000 all dressed up, ready for the show, you know? We'll get it up on the operating table, get it nice and cleaned up, fresh strings, fresh battery. Let's do that right now. All right, we are looking good. Feeling good. So, got it all cleaned up, strung up, ready to go. Also, during that process, I put a fresh, brand new DiMarzio clip lock strap on the new M1000 HT. So if you'd like to see how I go about that process and all that, of course, I got a video for it in the description below. So, final kind of like test here, obviously playing, was I thought I need to keep it consistent in terms of what I'm playing. So when you're trying to compare two things, especially like a pickup, which I've always said I think is difficult because, all right, let's say I want to test this pickup right now. So I'm playing, oh, it sounds good and everything. Now I got to go put the guitar up on the table, take the strings off, change the pickup, put the strings back on, come back, plug it in and play again. Hey, sounds great. Or does it? You don't really know. Too much time has passed in between. You know, you need something simpler. You need a better method. So I've thought to myself that the most ideal thing to do for testing pickups would be to have two of the exact same guitar, except they each have a different pickup. And then you could play one and then quickly grab the other one while your ears are still honed in on what that other one sounded like and compare them. Does it sound better? Does it sound worse? So we got as close as we could here. I don't have two of the exact same guitars to do this test with, but as you can see, two of the same model, blah, 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 blah. Anyways, but if I play the same riff over and over again, back to back to back, that would even make it better, you know, because then we could hear the same riff over and over again and pick out more of the differences. If I were to play like on one of them, like just some chugging and riff and everything, then I grab the other guitar, I'm doing solos or something like that or whatever, it's just, you know, different spectrums of sonics and all that, and it's not a great test. So what I've decided to do here is I'm gonna play the same riff over and over again, switching between the two guitars. After a couple bars, I'm gonna add in and double up, so it'd be like it'd be in a recording, in a song. I'm gonna double track them. So it'll be the EMG, a left and a right, and then you'll hear the Fishman, a left and a right. Then I'm gonna throw in some drums and bass, so you'll be able to hear what they sound like in a mix. All the same each time, just going back and forth. And then I might even throw in a bonus example as well. So after all that, we'll check it out, come back, and we'll talk about it. See what we think. Sound good? Let's give it a shot. Well, what do you guys think? I'll tell you what I think now that I've spent some time with it. And it's, unfortunately, just like I said in my first video, where I don't really notice much of a difference. It just kind of sounds like I expected it to, which is great. I didn't expect there to be this like huge sonic difference, and I really don't think there was one. Now, if I really had to dig to discern the differences and describe what I thought, I would say that the Fishman is slightly, ever so slightly, more focused, the tiniest bit more saturated and kind of modern sounding, I guess. But all those, it's just a stretch to even hear those things. I still think the 81 sounds fantastic and just so close, but now that I've had this opportunity to really compare them, it's a little bit, the 81's a little bit darker. And, you know, gun to my head, the Fishman does sound the tiniest bit better. Will say though, and this is my absolute just sum of it all, that the true test for me personally, if I were to test out a pickup like this and if I really had to make a choice, I would stand in front of a cranking full stack and just rip in front of it and see how it made me feel. How did those pickups and the sound that was being produced make me feel? Did it move the heads of the audience out there? Are they bobbing their heads because of the feeling that this guitar and this pickup and this rig are giving me? You know, what is it giving me? And that would be the determining factor for me, what pickup and what rig and what guitar I'm gonna go with. Spoiler alert, I do have a new amp on the way, so maybe I'll just do this again and really rip it. I don't know about comparisons, but I'm gonna rip it and show you how an amp can, how it can make you feel, and the inspiration that you can draw from hearing that sound like that, and just what it did for me as a kid and what it still does when I have the opportunity to do that. Anyways, guys, I hope you thought this was cool. I don't know. I had fun putting it together, kind of planning it, thinking how I was going to compare these pickups. And like I said, at the end of the day, the results just aren't like that mind-blowing or whatever. Both pickups sound fantastic, at least for the type of music that I like to play. So appreciate you watching. If you want to know more from me about the guitar, I love to teach, and you can check out my guitar lessons playlist that I'll link here at the end of the video for you. I've also got an instructional DVD, songwriting, riffing, soloing, arranging, all that kind of stuff. Please check that out. You can get some of my new guitar picks. If you like that, free, shipping free right now, all that. Check it out in the Rob Arnold World Store. All the links for everything I talk about in the description below. Thanks so much for watching. Give the video a like if you liked it. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel so that you know when the next video comes. Peace.